Democrat, because I just want your general thoughts of the game, the atmosphere. I mean, it sure didn't feel like an exhibition game the way the teams went at it.
Well, I thought, probably the difference in the game was our turnovers. Having 20 turnovers, I thought like our inability to make shots at the rim in that second half, that stretch, last 6-7 minutes of the second half in the overtime. We had the ball at the rim a lot. We got our hands on a lot of balls, but we didn't get them. So you got to give Arkansas credit because I thought they were just a little bit quicker and tougher when the ball when you had those 50-50 plays. But we have to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. And then we have to do a better job defending. You get down there at the end and, we foul a turnaround jump shot. We foul a pull-up jump shot. We let a guy shoot a three when we were absolutely not letting them shoot threes. We were trying to run them off the line. And then we have a common foul right there. So, you can't let them steal points in those situations. But if you're going to get them to shoot tough twos, you can't foul them. And we just and there we fouled them, and you want them to earn points at that time.
Matt, were the turnovers more them or more Purdue, or how did you view them?
I would say both, but I thought Arkansas's pressure was good. I thought they got after us, and we were careless, and we have to do a better job of taking care of the basketball.
Thanks, Jordan. Matt, what did you see in the limited minutes with Heidi, Waddell, and Miles?
Yeah, that's really hard because I'm trying to get them all, minutes, and it's not fair, right? You play 4.5 or 4 minutes like Miles and Brian does, but I thought they did a solid job while they're in there. They just need more minutes, and I don't have them, and so like they just got to keep working. And when they do get opportunities, because of foul trouble or they start to move past somebody, then I think that's the key. The key is trying to, know what you're doing as a true freshman or a redshirt freshman in those situations. And Brian's obviously been out, redshirted, and then he obviously got hurt. But it's a tall task right there for those guys to be that productive when they don't get very many minutes.
Coach, what were your impressions of Trevin Brazil, number 2, and just how do you think he impacted the game?
Yeah, good player. Obviously, he hit those 2 threes, and stretched us out. But no, he plays hard and competes, and he's got good athleticism and good length. If he can have the combination of a rebounder, a defender, and a guy that can stretch the defense, I think that can really help them. Especially, they have a lot of interchangeable pieces. They have good size, but like they have just about 4 or 5 guys that are all 6'4", 6'5", can handle it, can drive it, can guard, and cause havoc. They're going to win a lot of games, especially here.
What did you see defensively from Arkansas on Zach inside?
Well, I thought we did a poor job, our other guys, of delivering the basketball to him, And, we've had games like this where things don't get called, and you got to play through it. It's life on the road. There's nothing to, you got to be able to establish position, and you got to be able to deliver the basketball to them. But, I like their aggressiveness. I like, if you're going to like come at us, and you got to have, especially at home, like that game's different probably on the road or a neutral game in terms of how they went about it. But like it got loose, and I thought they did a good job of really hawking the basketball and then holding their low guy against him. Like then now they're really trying when we throw the basketball to come in there. Got a lot of good shots. Like he opens up a lot of things for other people. And, we made some threes there in the second half, but in the first half, you have 0 assists, 11 turnovers. Like, you got to do something, and we didn't get a whole lot done. We're very fortunate to only be down like we were, at halftime.
Yeah, I walked in late. Apologize if this was already brought up, but you mentioned the 3-pointers that you guys made in the second half. I mean, how much does that kind of play with the 0 assists and that number kind of turning up? And when you guys are making the shots, that just kind of makes everything feel easier offensively.
Yeah, we probably had, passes. We did have passes in the first half where guys are open and they miss them, and it just doesn't go down. The one thing when you answer questions after a game and you haven't watched it, are those being closely contested? Are they wide open? It's hard to kind of, especially like in chronological order, when you guys ask questions, it's hard to kind of process and see, like, are we getting a quality shot? Are they really contesting them? Or are we just missing some open ones? right there. But, that's the balance for us is don't turn the basketball over, try to establish him and then get quality shots right there. Because when we make them, it affects other people. And now they have to change. When it doesn't, people just live with it. But we're a pretty good offensive rebounding team, as you see. We have 14 offensive rebounds. They have 1. And so keep having chances for offensive rebounds. We can't rebound a turnover. You guys can use that line if you want. Yeah. No, he's been putting in time. He's been working. Him and Coach Lusk work extra almost every single day and work on his free throws. He's just got to kind of keep plugging and, he's a weapon for us. He's a guy that can score and do some things. And today was a, good game for him to get in there. And, he gets into rhythm in the games and then sometimes he gets out of it. He's just got to learn to play through things and keep plugging. He's a good player.
What do you think of the atmosphere? And
Loved
are you
it.
pleased that you brought your team down here to experience this for an exhibition?
Without question, obviously it was a lot of purpose, right? For the people of Arkansas and the people that have been affected by the tornado. So this was great through the United Way that we could raise money and help people out. But like, this is tenfold compared to a regular exhibition game. Like, this is big time. Like, think about the Hornets' nest we just walked into. They had to prepare for someone who's, pretty unique. Obviously he fouled out and was in foul trouble, was in and out. And, but no, this is great for our team because it's real, right? You see real problems on this box score. And now it's not like you didn't go blast somebody by 40 points and then you feel good about yourself, you're nationally ranked, and it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. It's fool's gold. This isn't fool's gold. We got beat and it was in a hostile crowd, but we also are in position to win the game and we didn't. And we got to learn from that.
Number 12 for them, Mark. He missed the free throws to open the overtime, but then he kind of took over a little bit. I think he had 6 or 7 in a row and hit the free throws late. What'd you think of him?
I thought he was a good player. Obviously, he gets in between and he has that pull up and he kind of forces you. He kind of just shoots it right in your face. We fouled him on the one. We fouled him on the turnaround, if I got my people right, in the post. And then they fouled right in front of their bench. And then if it's still Tremont Mark, we foul him on a drive there. And so like he made that tough shot, but then we now you got to keep making people make tough twos. And, but I like him, obviously, he played for a great coach before he came here. He's playing for a great coach here. Competitive guy. Like I said, it's that interchangeable piece. And if you don't match up size wise with him, it can cause you some problems if he can make shots.
Arkansas's closers, 4 of the 5 were guys that transferred in. You had a lot of guys back. How hard is it to prepare for a team to copy footage from other places not going to play together, and how tough is it at the end of a game? To make adjustments when those guys are on the floor.
Right. Yeah. You go back and you watch and you try your best. We don't prepare a whole lot for these games, to be frank with you. We talk about their personnel. We talk about what they did last year. We did a lot of ball screen defense stuff because they really spread you and try to play through their high ball screen and their ball screen motion. But no, we really try to just kind of focus on ourselves in games like this and then just grow from it. And it's kind of that way to start a season, right? Because you play your first game, it's their first game, it's your first game. You got an exhibition game, but sometimes those are tough to kind of look at. You kind of go off the trends of what that coach does in the past and just try to play off of that and really kind of keep the focus on yourself. But like all those guys have, they're all, number 3 led Louisville in scoring. Chandler Lawson, obviously is a good player. You can go right down the list. They're all Khalif Battle, I think he averaged 17 at Temple. I can keep going, right? And so they have a lot of different guys. We played Davenport last year because we scrimmaged Cincinnati. So he's a good player. He can shoot. But what's difficult, like in those situations, is like now, like who's going to be your core? Like that's what I'm like. Zach Eady's a part of our core. Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer. Like you got to grow through your core, and then can the other guys accept their roles? Like that's a team, right? That's the hardest thing for coaches to do is can you get those guys to play certain roles as people get established, because we all want to play shortstop and lead off.
Mark's field scale of 1 to 10. Having Mark's field.
It had a Big Ten road game feel. That's what it had. Like I've never come in here and played. We've never been here before, but we've led the nation in attendance since 1976. All right. So we walk into that every single game. Every single game. I don't know what it is in the SEC. I watch on TV. I don't watch in person, but like that's the Big Ten environment right there. And obviously I know through Arkansas and through, you know, the tales through Coach Katie, because Coach Katie was here with Eddie Sutton. So he always loved the people of Arkansas, always loved the fans and how passionate they were. And I know the fans here love their basketball.
Thank you guys.